You know, we can't stay away from football for too long. So let's talk about the Chiefs. Early this morning, Adam Schefter broke the news that the Chiefs and Titans were finalizing a trade for DeAndre Hopkins, in which the 5-time Pro Bowl wide receiver would land on the back-to-back Super Bowl champions. And although Patrick Mahomes hasn't been playing his best football, he's off to his best start record-wise of his career. Now, the Chiefs are just adding a new shiny weapon. How do you guys think this addition will change the Chiefs' offense? And how does it virtually cement the Chiefs as the first three-peat in the Super Bowl era?
Yeah, I swear the Chiefs are like playing Madden franchise, but like reverse way. So like last year they had that Chris Jones debacle where like he sat out 3 games, and then like who's gonna pay him? And then they pay him, win the Super Bowl. And now this year they seem like they're like playing defense and then simming through the offense. And now they finally made a Madden franchise trade where they get DeAndre Hopkins. People forget like. He still has it. This guy had 1,000 yards last year and 1,400 yards in 2020. Like DeAndre Hopkins still has it. It's going to be a great addition for the Chiefs, and just sucks how they keep on getting good and how they are 6-0 when Patrick Mahomes has 6 touchdown passes and 8 interceptions to them this year. I mean, I don't know how that's possible, but.
To go off on that, like, I agree with you. This addition just makes the team much more dangerous than they already are. It's a great replacement to the injury of Rashee Rice, and you said it yourself. DeAndre Hopkins is still a great receiver. Like, I know he didn't play well with the Titans, but let's look at the quarterbacks he played with. He played with Ryan Tannehill. He was playing with one of the most funny quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life, in Will Levis. Like, have you seen the throws he's made? That
guy's a goofball.
Exactly, he's a goofball. So, like, you can't just judge him off the struggles at Tennessee. You still gotta look at what he did on the Texans, the Cardinals. So he's still that great. But I'll say this. I still don't think this cements them as the first three-peat. We've seen this. They're still not three-peat. There's a reason why. It's really, really hard. I understand they got better. They're unbeaten. But they still haven't been playing well, let's be honest. And it's important that they clean up their play before the playoffs, because I think it will cost them at some point in the playoffs against teams like the Ravens. The Ravens are playing much more better since the first 2 losses. And if they go with their game plan, which is run the ball, I really do think they'll beat the Chiefs this time.
Yeah, obviously they lost Rashee Rice, they lost Marquise Brown, and then once they lost Juju, Andy Reid kind of teased a big move after his injury, and they got Hopkins. I woke up a little bit late today, so I actually had no idea that he went to the Chiefs until I woke up. But it definitely helps them getting them. Mahomes and Kelsey haven't had their best season, so it's definitely good for them. Being paired with Worthy, fastest man in combine history, and McCole Hardman, who had that game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. And is definitely probably most likely their best receiver since Tyreek Hill. And it definitely increases their chances. I don't know. I can't guarantee them three-peat. Remember last year where the Eagles, had this unbelievable start and then they just lost
exactly
pretty much the rest of their games at the end of the season. That could definitely happen with the Chiefs, especially with the struggles that they've had. But I mean, it's definitely a big move for them. Definitely, yeah, I would say it definitely increases their chances. But I mean,
yeah. And I just want to say I'm happy he got out of Tennessee. Let's just name some receivers real quick. Andre Johnson, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown to an extent. He was young, whatever. And now it's looking like Calvin Ridley. Oh, and I forgot Randy Moss. All these receivers, when they went to Tennessee, I mean, their career kind of just, everybody forgot about them. And now DeAndre Hopkins is almost the next victim, so I'm happy he got out of there. And maybe he finally gets the ring that he deserves.
This is the best opportunity to rejuvenate his career, because people kind of forgot about him, let's be honest. And also, when Calvin Ridley signed with the Tennessee Titans, people started to assume he was the number 1 guy at Tennessee. So for Hopkins, he wasn't used to being that second guy. So this is a great opportunity for him to restart his career.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get some Thursday night football predictions.
If the Chiefs don't win it, who would you pick to win?
I'm going to go with the Bengals. I mean, I can't pick against my team. So
I said the Ravens. Like I said it before, they have such a great running game. Derrick Henry is on that team now. You saw how good he is for that team.
I'm going to have to go the Lions, honestly. Yeah. They just beat the undefeated team in the Vikings, but, I mean, I really like Dan Campbell. So
Yeah, I mentioned, obviously, Cincinnati's on the outside looking in right now, it's been a struggle this year. I mean, I'm sorry for myself, even though I probably shouldn't be. It's been a struggle. I'm sure all my friends like to see me complain about Cincinnati, but I am going to have to agree with you. The Lions right now, I just wrote an article about this. I think they're the best team in the NFL. I mean, that offensive line is hands down the best offensive line in the league. Amon-Ra St. Brown, they have him locked up. It's about time before he starts getting going. We all know David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs probably the best running back duo in the league. And here's another thing. Jared Goff has an 88% completion percentage this year. Like, that's insane. And the defense is looking great. They traded for Davis, second-round pick, Taron Arnold, their first-round pick. That defense is looking phenomenal, and I think they're the best team in the league, like roster-wise and pretty much any way you look at it.
I was thinking the Lions too, but I just thought about the fact that they lost Aiden Hutchinson. Like, I feel like that was their star defender on their defense, and I feel like it's going to come to impact them in the playoffs.
Well, there are some big-name edge rushers at trade. You got Myles Garrett, which I hope he gets out of Cleveland. Please get out of Cleveland. Max Crosby, he's on the one, but Max Crosby, we all know you want to go to Cincinnati because why wouldn't you? So yeah, another team. I can't pick the Ravens. I just can't do it. I like that pick, but I just can't pick the Ravens just because.
Also, let's not forget, if he gets out of the AFC, he owns the NFC. He's only lost one time against the NFC.
That is true.
And funny thing, it was against Daniel Jones.
Did you see the stat about how more hockey players have more points at MetLife than Daniel Jones has since last year?
Saquon Barkley has the same amount of touchdowns than Daniel Jones this year at MetLife, and he only played one game at MetLife this year. I mean, the Giants.
I need someone to figure out how Daniel Jones got paid. Like, I just need to know.
He won a playoff game. If you win a playoff game in your rookie contract, $40 million straight to the bank.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see.